Good morning. I want to tell you about going to a webcast on Saturday, this coming Saturday, called www.endingabortion.com. Yes, this is where you'll get to see what a lot of pro-life activists are saying. And I've been protesting abortion for ever since Roe versus Wade. And believe me, seeing some of these people was, it just made me feel so much better. It was just like, before that, it was like being alone all the time and knowing that you were a controversial person, because this has been one of the most divisive issues ever. It has divided women, it's divided us from the media, which, because it was legalized, abortion was legalized, they all immediately became pro-choice with the idea, that you better go along with the law, and pro-life columnists that insisted on protesting, I think, were perceived as causing trouble for the paper, and we're not accepting the new law well. Even in spite of the fact that believing that abortion should be the right of every woman to have. Now, this was something that sort of got concocted, the right to choose, which was a hugely successful slogan, and which is actually propaganda. Because, does it make sense? You do have the right to choose what you do with your body, whether you have sex, irresponsible sex that will get you pregnant. This slogan should actually say, every woman should have the right to have sex anytime she wants to, without consequence, because she should be provided with an abortion if anything happens that she... See, it's like letting all the women think that our right to choose important things in life was being threatened. Well, this was to sell abortion by the abortion advocates, those who did believe in this. And of course, there had to be someone on the Supreme Court that was able to persuade everyone that nobody should be denied an abortion in this country, no matter what state they were from. And so this immediately rendered everyone's belief that abortion is taking a life. Their beliefs were rendered unimportant, not valid. Now, how could anything be more divisive than that? All the people who profess to believe in God were suddenly, like in the media, it's like, let's get religion out of state. We shouldn't have to deal with religious ideas in the law. Well. As if the idea of right and wrong has not been taught in religion forever. It's like, actually, when the excesses of religion and the excesses of government, both of them have the capacity to be excessive. And so we just have to have checks and balances in order to bring the excessive back into line. And legalized abortion, which has ended up with 53 million kids, real kids, aborted in these years since Roe versus Wade, then we know that these kids, they were aborted for birth control reasons, most of them, because they weren't convenient, because the parents couldn't afford it. And most of all, because the parents were being irresponsible. Because they knew that there was an abortion clinic down the road that could take care of this little problem. So we legalized murder as long as it was in the womb. We legalized it until 9 months. That means that child could live outside the womb. But as long as you kill it inside the womb, you won't get prosecuted. So we've had a very troubling history. We've had an abortion doctor who was known for doing late-term abortions, was murdered. What, by a man who said that was the only way to stop him from killing all these kids in late-term abortions that were viable. Well, we've had a very difficult history since we started killing the unborn children for any reason whatsoever. That's what it turned out to be. Any reason would get you into an abortion clinic and get your problem gone. So, and you know, this made, you know, religious people very unpopular. I know, like, you know, I couldn't even get my letters printed at all in the newspaper. This newspaper, Arizona Republic, became very, very pro-choice and just started not printing you if you were a fanatic, if you were persisting and protesting abortion on and on. This was, oh, they didn't want it anymore. Let's just forget about this. Let's accept. Well, we couldn't accept it because it's not right. That's why we couldn't accept it. So Saturday, all of you who want to see our most devoted pro-life people in this nation, turn to EndingAbortion.com, www, and see what they're saying. And I think it'll inspire you. It will give you hope, and it will give you comfort. It did me.